Hello, friends. Welcome to today's English story. My name is Clara. I am 29 years old. I live in a small town near the sea. My home is small, but it is warm and quiet. Every morning I wake up at 7 o'clock. I open the window and breathe the fresh air. The sun shines through my curtain and I hear the birds sing outside. I make a cup of coffee and I eat bread with butter. My mornings are simple. After breakfast, I take the bus to work. I work in a bookstore in the center of town. The bookstore is not very big, but it has many shelves and many books. I love books because they are like doors to other worlds. I spend my days arranging books, helping customers, and reading when the shop is not busy. My life is calm. I know what to do every day. I feel safe in my routine. Sometimes when I sit at the counter, I watch people walk in. Some people buy books for school, some for fun, and some for gifts. I like to smile at them and say, "Hello, can I help you?" I do not talk too much, but I enjoy small conversations. My life feels quiet and steady, like a soft river that never changes its path. But one Monday morning, something new happened. A new manager came to our bookstore. His name is Mark. He is 38 years old, tall and friendly. His smile is bright and his voice is soft. From the first day, he was kind to everyone. He helped an old woman find a book, and he carried a heavy box of novels with no complaint. He thanked me when I gave him the shop keys. He made the room feel lighter with his presence. At first, he was just my manager. I greeted him politely. I said hello, then I went back to work. But I noticed something inside me. When he walked into the store, I wanted to look at him. When he spoke, I wanted to listen. His words were simple, but they carried warmth. I told myself, "It is only work, Clara. Stay calm." But my heart was not calm. My quiet life started to change, slowly, softly, like the first drop of rain on a dry street. Days turned into weeks, and my feelings grew stronger. Every morning when Mark entered the bookstore, I felt my heart move faster. His smile made the air feel lighter. He often said, "Good morning, Clara," and his voice was like music to me. I always answered, "Good morning," but inside I felt nervous. My hands sometimes shook when I gave him papers or when he stood near me. Mark was kind to everyone, but I felt he was extra kind to me. He asked, "Clara, are you okay today? Or do you need help with that box?" His words were simple, but they touched me deeply. I liked when he noticed small things, like my new notebook or the way I arranged the books. He always remembered details, and that made me feel special. I began to wait for his words. I enjoyed our short talks, even if they were only about work. When he laughed, I wanted to laugh too. When he looked into my eyes, I felt warm, as if the sun was shining inside me. At night, when I lay in bed, I thought about him. I told myself to stop, but my mind did not listen. I asked myself, why do I think about him so much? The answer was clear. I was falling in love. One afternoon, we worked together to move a big box of books. Our hands touched by mistake. It was only for a second, but my heart jumped. My face became hot, and I quickly pulled my hand back. He smiled and said softly, "Be careful, Clara." I nodded, but inside I felt like the world had stopped. That small touch stayed in my mind for days, but soon I saw something that changed my heart. One day, I noticed a ring on his finger. It was simple but clear, a wedding ring. He was married. My chest felt heavy, and my smile disappeared. I tried to act normal, but inside I was sad. I wanted to forget my feelings, but I could not. Every morning he still said, "Good morning, Clara," and I still smiled back. Yet behind my smile, I hid my secret love. The bookstore became a strange place for me. It was the same shop, the same shelves, and the same books. But now, every corner reminded me of Mark. I thought of him when I arranged the new books. I thought of him when I drank my coffee during lunch. Even when he was not there, I felt his presence in the room. At night, I looked at the ceiling and whispered, "Clara, be careful. Do not fall too deep." But my heart did not listen. My love was like a river, moving strong and fast. I knew it was wrong, but I could not stop. My quiet life was no longer quiet. My heart was loud, full of feelings I could not control. One Saturday, I decided to go for a walk in the park. I wanted fresh air, and I wanted peace. The sun was warm, the trees were green, and children were laughing while they played. I sat on a bench and watched people walk by. For a short time I felt calm. But then something happened. I saw Mark. He was not alone. He walked with his wife and 2 children. They were smiling, holding hands, and laughing together. The children ran to him, and he lifted his daughter high into the air. They looked happy, like a picture of a perfect family. My heart sank. I froze and looked away. I did not want him to see me. I felt a tear in my eye, but I held it back. At that moment I knew the truth. Mark was not mine. He belonged to them. He was a husband and a father. I was just his worker in the bookstore. My love was real, but it was also silent and secret. And now I understood. It could not grow. It had to end. That night, I stood in front of my mirror. I looked at myself and whispered, "Clara, you must be strong. You must love yourself first." My face was tired, but my eyes were open. I decided to make a choice. I decided to let him go. It was not easy. My heart wanted to hold on, but my mind told me to be free. I knew that real love is not only about keeping someone close. Real love can also mean saying goodbye. The next days at the bookstore were hard. I smiled when he said hello, but inside I tried to stay calm. I focused on my books. I spoke to customers. I wrote in my notebook. Slowly, I learned to live again. Sometimes my heart hurt, but I told myself, "You are strong, Clara. You will be happy one day." Weeks passed, and I started to see small changes. I smiled more. I laughed with friends. I read new books that gave me hope. I began to dream again about a future that was mine, not his. Mark was still there, but I built a wall around my heart. I respected his family, and I respected myself. I was no longer lost in secret love. I was finding myself. Dear friends, thank you for listening to this story. Love is beautiful, but love can also hurt. Sometimes we love someone we cannot have. It is painful, but it teaches us something important. It teaches us to be strong and to love ourselves first. If you enjoyed this story, please like and share it. Don't forget to subscribe for more English lessons and stories. And remember, take care of your heart, because happy days will always come if you believe. See you next time.